DJ Omi D.
And he's in with a cough. We are here, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for a little fantasy action. We are here. We are your hosts of the Sunday Triple Crown. We bring you just a little bit more love to make a little bit more money for your pockets. We're going to do a little fun, I guess, what'd you call it, Jay Whitey? PPR?
PPR.
PPR. Little PPR. Yeah. Yeah, we're
So if you play on the FanDuel side, you don't get as many points from the points per reception. My personal choice for the past, I don't know, it's been probably 10 plus years now. However long DraftKings has been active is playing in these PPR formats because they're a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. Rather addicting, gives you a little more incentive into watching the games. You can spend 25 cents and have fun with your buddies.
Cash.
So, yeah.
Cash. That's all that's what matters.
Excited to do this with y'all.
So look, let's check it out. So how the format's going to roll. Jay Whitey's going to build a lineup for us. It's a lineup that he's probably already built, or if he's just like, some people just builds it on the fly. And then I'm going to build my lineup. And then Lapjacks is going to come in, the guy, let's just call him the guy, with the guy on the couch with the long jacks. And then we're going to take the long jacks, his 3 picks, and we're going to build a lineup as a group. And we're going to put that in, and we're going to see where the money lies. And then we'll come back next week, do the same thing, give you some hot picks. And this is stuff that we've done a little research on it. And sometimes it's just a little bit of feeling of love. So, look, let's get into it. Jay Whitey, you ready to show them your picks?
Yes, I am. I'm ready to start building with y'all.
All right. Show them what you got.
Everybody see my screen? We good to go?
Oh, my goodness. Here we go with the office talk.
My fault.
It's already started. I knew.
So one of my favorite ways
to
like start out
meeting right here.
I'll stop the madness. One of my favorite ways to start out to increase my overall average that I can spend is I start out on the defensive side. Unless I'm laser focused on somebody that I know is going to go off. They're playing a terrible offense. I know they're going to get a whole bunch of turnovers, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. I'm not the person that usually spends up to go spin on some defense. I'm always looking to save. Sometimes you get some sub 2000s, but I obviously don't want anything to do with the Lions, even though they're playing Philadelphia. This week I landed on the Dolphins at home against New England. No specific reason outside of Dolphins are young, they're spry. I do think they had a pretty good defense last year. I think Mac Jones is going to throw quite a few picks. I'm hoping to get a touchdown out of him. That was the reason for my first pick here. Then I moved on into the running back situation. I really like Austin Eckler this week. I think he's going to be pretty good to be able to get some receptions from out of the backfield. 50 or 60 yards, maybe a couple touchdowns. That should easily put me over my average there. Then I start thinking okay, I know there's a ton of value on the wide receiver side this week. There's a ton of folks in the 4,200, 4,700, 4,800 range. I mean, it's kind of a toss-up. I think all of them are going to be good for 10 to 15 points. So you really can save quite a bit of money this week by rolling that way. So I come down here into the 4,000s. This, I've obviously done a little bit of research just to see who they're playing up against. But as you see, there's a lot of opponents' defenses ranked rather low as compared to last year's stats. I'm supposing what these are from. But you'll see they're all green here, right? So, you could go as deep as I'm not going to take anybody's flair, and I wasn't going to talk about him, but I'll just leave that alone since the guys let it out at the beginning here. One of my shots, I think, kind of a funny from when we were talking about the Jets, who's playing, is it Flacco?
I'm rolling bored, Joey. Pick somebody already.
I am. Hush your mouth. I'm rolling with Elijah Moore. I think he's going to do very well this week. Next one I came up to was, I believe it was like 4,100. Kadarius Toney. I do believe he's going to be good for 7 or 8 catches this week, and probably 100 yards maybe if he gets lucky in a touchdown. That'll be about all they score against Tennessee. Another wide receiver, I stayed in my 4,000s because obviously we have a lot of value at running back. Just tons of value out there. Let's see, where's the next one at? I can't.
You got 30 grand left.
I see that. I just can't remember what my last pick was.
You still got a quarterback, a tight end.
So I know my last wide receiver was. I was very intrigued by going with Mr. Hunter Henry this week. I could save some money by rolling with, and I do think he's going to be good for perhaps a touchdown or two, just because Mr. Jones likes to throw to him in the red zone, and he's going to be readily available for him. So I went there. My flex, I went to top dog, Mr. I'm going to be chasing some big numbers this year. I think Jonathan Taylor is going to be amazing this year. I don't know. I'm feeling Derrick Henry this week. Quarterback wise, I really don't have anybody to correlate with any of my guys because it's kind of expensive. I don't feel like throwing Keanu Reeves in at quarterback.
Keanu Reeves.
Okay, Joe Flacco, man. Playing for the Jets, Mr. Comeback, right?
Comeback kid. Watch out, MVP.
Watch out.
AFC this year. He's going to be a Pro Bowl.
Stop the madness.
Quantum.
I do think that Mr. Cousins is going to have a good game playing against Green Bay. They still have a terrible, terrible secondary. I spent my money on the running backs, but I do think we're going to get quite a bit of production as to out of Mr. Cousins. My flex, obviously, I let it go early. That's Mr. Henry. Well, I guess he ended up in there. Austin Eckler, Henry. Oh, my other one was Mr. Swift for the Lions at home against the Philadelphia Eagles with another terrible defense out there. Shout out to Mr. OBD and his Philadelphia crap defense. Go Commanders. Sorry, I'm taking.
I just know Jalen Hurts. I saw him playing high school, as you guys know.
Oh, God bless America. Where is this guy?
You can type in his name.
Type in the search.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I see him right there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have my glasses.
Boy, this is a lot more dramatic than it really needs to be.
Hey, all right. We're giving some vast knowledge here. I'm going to scroll down here and grab my wide receiver. Oh, gosh. Let's see.
Did you forget who you picked?
I definitely did, man. I truly forget who I picked.
Oh,
Michael Irvin. If you
got $4,700. So
$4,700. Oh, gosh.
Got a live pick, ladies and gentlemen.
It is a live pick.
Go with Ronaldo.
I don't want to stray off of what I told you I was going to pick.
Pick Ronaldo.
It was Scanling.
Scanling.
You had Scanling.
No, I did not have Scanling.
Oh, no, wait. Never mind. That was
I had Mecole Hardman. Hardman took over
the
X receiver role for Kansas City.
Look at you with $100 left. You're frugal.
Got 100 bones left.
You're spending all your money. You're losing all your money.
Yep. It's okay to leave it on the board. That was one of the first things that Lapjacks taught me. When I finally listened to him, I did start making a little bit of money. I got to give him his little shout out because he deserves it. All right, so I'm going to back out of this.
Well, first off,
and you see my username is Jay Whiteman. If you see me on there and you kick my butt.
That is a terrible lineup, by the way.
Okay, what you got to say about it?
I fully suspect you do not make your money back.
Okay.
I'm not saying you won't win money. You won't make your money back.
So I'm going to tie with all the other crap bags and barely make money? Get half.
That's pretty much what will happen, right? You either win your money back, which if you're betting $20, you got to get halfway decent place to do that, or you lose. Now you might not lose a whole lot of money, and you might feel good going, "Hey, you won $15, but you still lost $5."
I did a little bit better last year by not changing my thoughts and not changing my lineup up. I did 8 times.
You never double guess yourself.
Three times last year.
Bad etiquette. It's bad fantasy.
I'm leaving it alone. I'm letting it ride.
Don't double guess yourself. It's bad.
Also, all of my 8 times last year, none of them had any correlation within the lineups. They were all separate.
That's true. I mean, you are.
I think I would equate changing your lineup after you've already said it, like last second before the game starts, I would equate that to a quarterback running one direction, throwing across the field. Huge no-no. Huge
Yeah.
no-no.
Yeah.
There can be some good risk in it, though, if it pays out, right? I mean, obviously. But it's a huge, huge no-no, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, okay, so I'm gonna get into my picks. I mean, it's a little bit different than what Jay Whitey has on the board,
Thank
but
God.
we'll see. And I picked for a little bit of a different reason, and I kind of got it lined up. So kind of
You
how I
should
go
zoom
with
in
this.
your screen a little bit further. Can
Let
you
me
zoom
zoom.
in your browser?
Let me.
There you go.
They good.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
All
yeah.
right. All right. So look, first thing I want to do is I'm always looking to spend just a little bit of money because you always got to look at in case you take this lineup to one of those kind of freaky fresh contests where you have a captain and a captain or the first person I pick is not always going to be someone that's going to cost me a lot of money, but is going to give me some value. So this week I went with tight end Dallas Goddard out there, starting off the bang with $4,500. So I expect Jalen to need a little bit like of a release, little pressure valve because pretty much everybody's figured out that he's going to run if you kind of bog him down. And so most of the time, either he's going to dump off to the running back or to the tight end. So I'm saying that Philly will get a little production this weekend, but I'm hoping I get a lot of production out of Dallas Goddard. So kind of how I play the game is I want to get a little bit of what I want, but then I'm going to take a little bit of risk in a couple of areas. So another thing that I wanted right now was I wanted to get me a good wide receiver, but I didn't want to pay a lot of money for him. And so I was scrolling through and I was like, kind of one of the things that I rolled through with the lineup today. I went with Amari Cooper for 5,900 out of Cleveland. Jacoby's going to need somebody to throw to, and Cooper's going to be looking to show the Cowboys what they left off and left with him leaving Dallas. So I don't think Jacoby's going, like I said, going to be a super starter, but I know he can get the ball in the hands of somebody like Amari Cooper, hoping he gets some yak
Pay
after that,
attention.
and we can roll in.
I
So
think it's just Burnt Ramsey. Sorry.
he,
I had to see it.
um,
Sorry, Omar.
so next I'm going back into Omi D. You're welcome.
Um,
So the next thing I went into is I need to get me a running back, but I don't always want to pick up on the most expensive running back I can get off the jump. So I looked for someone who's probably going to give me some yards, maybe some touchdowns, and this guy's name came to my mind, Mr. Edwards Hilaire. That guy is lickety split, him fast and twitchy, and so there's no Tyreek Hill. So I'm expecting him to catch a few passes out the backfield, kind of like when he was at LSU with Joe Burrow doing his thing. So now I've kind of got like a base situation going, and I got 34,000. So at this point, I need a quarterback. I got to find a quarterback that's either going to give me a lot of yards with some receivers that I have that I'm picking up today, or it's going to give me some yards in the air and some on the ground. So I'm going to this week take a little gamble and I'm gonna roll with Lamar Jackson at a big buy right here at this point. Then we're gonna put him in at quarterback. So if you know Lamar Jackson, to me, this is his year to shine with that whole little contract thing that they got going on. But like I said, he can get you some yards on the ground, some yards in the air, a couple touchdowns. Lamar can put up some points. So now I'm done. I got what I need to eat. Next thing we're doing, we're like building the outside of our combo meal. So I need to go with my next wide receiver. And I'm just trying to save a little.
Terrible analogy.
I'm just trying to save a little
analogy.
money on the dollar menu right here, but give me some good bang for my buck for like a 5-piece chicken nugget from a wide receiver too. So I went with Mr. Valdez Scantling way down here somewhere for 4,700, which is below the 5,300 mark that they had me set for picking up talent. Once again, Kansas City, Patrick is going to need someone to throw to, and why not maybe pick maybe not the prime receiver, but Mr. Scantling. So now wide receiver 3, I got a little money. I can play around. I might can pick up someone who's maybe a little high dollar, but someone is probably going to pick up some yards. And then I saw this guy sitting over here, Sammy Watkins Aaron Rodgers. That's going to be a great connection. I think it's going to take him a little time to build up some chemistry throughout the season.
I don't.
But I'm looking for him to get some
And
production
let me
right fast.
go ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Sammy Watson is a good choice, I think, because I think he's a good receiver, and I think Green Bay is going to use him ways you probably haven't seen him used in passing games before with Kansas City, right?
Yep. Yep.
I think he's going to, they're going to get him the ball a lot.
Yep.
And
he's going to look like Devontae Freeman out there.
There he is. He is.
Those who are unfamiliar with the previous show,
yeah,
somebody was super hyped up because Devontae Freeman is now a great receiver for the Raiders.
The Raiders, you didn't realize that. It happens.
Yep. Not only did he change positions, but he's also
changed his name, grew his hair, and got about 4 inches taller. So, so right now, as you see, we're still looking pretty good on our average remaining player count, and we still got 3 players left. So now I'm going for my defense because sometimes these defenses, they might be a little pricey depending on where they are, but you know what? They're not. And so my defensive strategy is this: who's going to eat? Who's got a team that's going to be a bunch of cupcakes and probably not going to do anything, didn't show me anything all preseason or hadn't showed me anything this week? And you know who I said, just like old boy said in what's the name of that movie? Waterboy, the kicker, when he was looking for the onside kick, and he goes, "There's my bitch. Jacksonville, you're my bitch this week. Washington, I'm looking for the Cobra Commanders." I'm looking for the
guy.
Cobra
The guy
Commanders.
even wearing a Commander's shirt, and he's telling you that's a bad.
Okay. You know what? You guys might be high on sunshine and whatever they got going on in Jacksonville, but I don't care how many Jaguars you put up against. I haven't seen shit from that team since Steve Berline was there. So I'm going to
say Carson Wentz because he ended up sucking. Now we got him.
Is that right? Is his name Steve? I don't.
I think Steve, Mark Brunell, one of them.
Somebody. Mark Brunell.
Mike Brunell. Is that who it is? Mark Brunell?
Mark Brunell.
Yeah, since Mark Brunell was there, big shout outs to the guy that got into the Hall of Fame, the number 1 draft pick that they picked the first year that they came out. But none of that matters because that Washington defensive line is going to look really good, and people are going to get really impressed until they come against the rest of the NFC East, minus, namely the Cowboys and the Eagles. Who cares what the Giants are going to do? They're just going to be the next people who give me some points when the defense comes against them. But look where we're at. We got 2 picks left, $7,500, lots of cash money. So what are we doing?
We're going to waste it on some stupid, overpriced player just because we've got that much money left. This is the hole you're going to fall into so often.
Henry,
so many people fall into this hole.
Derrick Henry, ladies and gentlemen, this guy.
Don't spend your money just because you have to.
You don't have to.
I'm sorry, you don't get to save it for the next one.
Great pick. It's a great pick, Omi D.
Don't worry. It's the first week of the season.
Give it to the toot train.
There you go, Derrick Henry.
I'm just saying, as a lesson, you don't need to spend all of your money.
And I will agree. That you will see me sometimes this season save a lot of money the way that I pick. And I'm really happy because I will agree with you. A lot of times that I don't spend all my money, especially on some of those Monday night games, I end up cashing out pretty big. So, but this is first week of the season. People are all supposed to do something. Someone's going to pull a hammy because they didn't really go hard in preseason. So right now I'm having a little fun and betting on what I think we got left. So now I'm left with 6,400 and I had to make a pick. And there we go. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, I just do what comes natural. I could have gone, and this was a kind of a tough one for me.
Natural.
I was going to go with T. Higgins.
Exactly?
I was going to go with T. Higgins. That was going to be a pickup I made, and I think that would be a good pickup. But for some odd reason, I think I wanted to go with A.J. Brown in Philadelphia. Since I rolled with the tight end, I'm going to roll with the wide receiver. And just in case he's able to get a little bit of room out there, score me a touchdown or 2, give me 100 yards, I'm cool with the tight end giving me, a bunch of big gains and maybe some a touchdown. So, but that's how I picked my lineup. Like I said, we're flat out done with the money from this one. But That's this
I'm
season.
not
We'll see how
saying
it
that a
climax.
receiver is a terrible choice there in the flex. I prefer to pick a starting running back in my flex, mainly just because, you know, you get a guy that's going to touch, you know, guaranteed to touch the ball 15 to 20 times.
Yep.
Right now, I'm not saying AJ Brown's not going to touch the ball a lot. Might get 10 targets. Is he going to catch 10? I don't know. I can see him 7 receptions maybe. Not saying he won't have a bad game, but I find receivers in that slot a little more risky than a running back. Just because
I can agree with
that. You can't score points if you don't have the ball in your hand.
I will. That's he's being contrarian though. I mean, there were a lot of top lineups
Well,
last year.
now
And
here's the thing,
maker
right?
that made a lot of money having
you're playing in the big
4 wide
league,
receivers.
so you're gonna need to be different than somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So you don't want you gotta be unique in these.
You're trying to pick the
there's
top
always somebody
scores
that you have to have somebody that you're like, why did this asshole pick him?
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And that's what gets you to the top.
And the other, I mean, when you go through that lineup there, who's going to be your 4X players?
I would
They
either
all
pick
need
my.
to be.
Yeah, I mean,
You want 7 20-pointers. If you have 7 20-pointers, that gives you 4 time or so, whatever you put in. You get up to 8 or 9.
Like people to
you're
put
start
like
talking 8 to 10
value.
times. If you get a full lineup of 20 points plus, I mean, you're top 200 and 300, and you're making great money at the end of the day. If you look at it like that and try to get to your 20 points on every pick, I like the picks.
Got to get like 32. Man, these guys need Edwards needs 20. Jackson needs 28. I can see Jackson. I can see Henry. I see Hilaire struggling probably to get 20 points. Scanling 16. Watkins 16. I can see Watkins getting 16.
And another
Scanling,
thing,
I don't know, man. Scanling, I think he's the replacement for Sammy Watkins. He's just not going to get that many targets, man. So you're basically hoping he's the guy that catches in touchdown.
He's 5 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown will get you there.
But I think
but I don't see him getting that.
If I get good production, which I've done this a couple times, I mean, a pick 6 from the defense is huge in something like this, you know. And one thing I know about Jacksonville, they like to try to throw, and if they throw, we might get a pick 6. You know, pick 6 and a couple sacks.
You got all these might have things here. What you need to be counting on for your defense is the sacks. Who's going to get a lot of sacks? That's what's really going to get you money, because that's the most opportunities they have are with sacks, right? I mean, sure, they throw the ball.
They do have sacks. They'll get after the quarterback.
Who is going to get sacks, right? That's what you need to. That's what you need to go with.
Cobra
Commanders. I'm not. I don't care what they cost, right? I'll pick the last team, because if the last team gets sacks, I mean, that's all that matters.
That's it.
Right? And
that's it.
So be it.
So look, what do you got?
You got a bunch of losers on that team. I'll give you Sammy Watkins, but
okay, appreciate it.
Lamar overpriced.
Of course, everybody's overpriced. The first game of the season.
No. I don't think that's true. I don't think that's necessarily true. I think Lamar is overpriced.
Well, we'll see. We'll see, because his contract is about to be.
I think Sammy Watkins is underpriced.
Well, we'll take it. Either way it goes, we fall in there. We fall right in the range where we need to be without going over our ducats. So look, Labjacks, you said
there was another lineup to fill out, right?
Yeah, you said you got your long jacks coming up for everybody.
You want to get a blank slate, and I'll tell you who to fill in there.
You got that Ray J. Whitey? Share it with us.
Coming right up.
I think he was watching the football game.
No, I was thinking there was y'all had a screen to have it put up there. And
all right, so you might as well just go ahead and just go to the receivers right away and just pick Sammy Watkins right off the bat, right? You might just type in his name, but
that is 100% one that we all agreed on. We all talked. So Sammy Watkins is a hot one,
and Joey didn't take him. So
because
the next one I got is not going to surprise some of you. Is my quarterback this week. We're going with the underdog, the comeback kid, the one, the only, Joe Flacco.
The Flackinator.
How many people out there are going to have Joe Flacco when
Nobody.
he puts up his 20 points, right?
Yeah,
right. You give me 20, 25 points, Joe Flacco. Look out, baby. Unless that lineup that fills in afterwards, that's what it is. The
So-
next one I got for you at running back, Joey probably like this one. At least your shirt would. Antonio Gibson.
Give him with the old
He's
Cobra
my
Commanders.
He's my other one.
Yeah, he
Those are
plays
my three guys. I think that's who you. I think that's where you're. I think they're undervalued. Gibson not a lot, but I think he's gonna. I think he's gonna put up 20 points.
Man, this is gonna be tough now. We got to build a lineup around.
Sammy Watkins will get 16 if he doesn't score 2 touchdowns this game for sure.
You want to go me, D, or you want me to take it?
You got me. The thing is,
Well, I
like,
want to hear what you got.
I got a good one because
okay,
I'm gonna 100% agree with you on your pick,
okay, go
Mr.
for
Goddard.
it. Okay,
He's gonna have a hell of a game this weekend. And
I said
whenever
go
I
with that
saw
one.
your pick, I was like, you know what? That's a daggum good pick.
that's a good one.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Dagum. What is it, CBS or fucking YouTube?
Yeah, look,
We got 6,000 per player remaining right now. We're doing very well. All could very well eclipse the 20-point range.
at $6,000, who'd you have at other 2 wide receivers? Because I still got Amari Cooper at 1, and
You don't have to pick one of yours, but after what we looked at, you got money on the board. What do you want to look at? You can get a running back, you can get a defense, you can get a wide receiver. Which one?
Well, here, let's go down and look at our last place defenses here. Let's look at our last place defenses. What do we got down here? The Lions at Philly.
No.
Raiders. Look at the Raiders. You guys were so confident about the Raiders beating up on the Chargers. Why are you not?
Who's you guys?
I didn't say they were going to
right?
get sacks. I just said they were going to beat up on the Chargers. I feel like Baltimore will get some sacks against the Jets, but that goes against our thing of getting Joe Flacco.
It doesn't.
Telling y'all, man, this is a great pick
Joe
right
Flacco
here.
can still have a huge game, and they can still sack him 5 times.
And
Don't think of it that way, right?
Great.
No, let's go all the way down to the bottom. Man, I'm telling you, boy, the Raiders is the one I'd take.
All right, we'll take the Raiders.
All right.
They're going to more than
Raiders.
double. They're going to be more than double what.
Okay. You gonna let Lapjacks take your pick, Omar? You want to grab one?
Oh, we're here for the team effort. I'm not. I just
can't watch you guys fuck this up.
I would say this. I take Tyreek Hill out of this one. He's in Miami, and I feel like
this isn't just like you build legit lineup here, man. Don't be just taking all.
I mean, I would say they're gonna lock you down here, but this is your pick. Who do you want to pick?
I'm not. You guys go, but I just want to make sure you don't fuck it up.
No, I'm all about this is a team effort. This is not about me and my ego. Like, that's why I did my own pick. Like, I would say we got that much bread, I would take like a Tyreek Hill or somebody, or maybe
we got 7 G's for 4 players. We could easily get.
If I'm taking somebody on that list, it's probably gonna be one of the bottom 5. So it'd probably be Chase. Probably take Chase. But man, 28 points from him. Mike Williams, probably not. Keenan Allen, I could see. Keenan Allen probably could get 28 points.
Tyreek Hill is at 18.9.
But you need receivers who are going to blow up.
Yeah, I'm going to say Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill or T. Higgins, maybe, because he's a good number 2.
I like the T. Higgins pick. What's the note on him? Ready to go. 4-car torn labrum. Do we think this is a situation where they're going to go up big and they're going to sit him for the rest of the game? Because we don't want that.
No, I don't. Against Cincinnati or Pittsburgh.
Is Amon-Ra St. Brown going to have a good game against Philly?
He plays for Detroit? If he plays for Detroit, I wouldn't spend my money on him unless they're playing.
I mean, he had a hell of a season last year.
Well, it is.
I don't know if you looked or not. He had.
I might go back to Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's not.
Look at all these. Look at his fantasy points: 23, 26, 38, 29. The dude put him up.
But I don't know about that.
1.2.
Not that trusting.
But that was his beginning of the season. This was at the end of the season last year after he had played a lot with Mr.
Get
Goff.
that nonsense off the screen. Let me see who else we got up there. Pick a guy already.
I would say either Tyreek Hill or Amari Cooper.
All right, go with Tyreek.
All right. So we got
I'll
3
put
spots left.
I'll put the gavel. Gavel, gavel, gavel.
There you go. I work as a team.
All right, 7,100.
So we're gonna leave Derrick Henry out of this equation.
I didn't say anything about that. I'm just there's probably some better value there, right?
Do we want to get some more stuff before we pick a Derrick
I
Henry?
feel
Why is nobody talking about Dalvin Cook?
Because he plays for Minnesota, and it's a rivalry game.
So what? It never
Green
stopped
Bay.
him before.
That's true. Alvin Kamara might be a good value.
He loves chewing up conference teams.
It's true. Alvin
I
Kamara
picked
might
Mr.
be good value.
Splits because I figured that he was a decent price, and I figured he was going to get 7 or 8 receptions out of the backfield.
You want somebody who's going to touch the ball 20 times, man. You're going to be in your running back spot. I'd go with Dalvin. He's going to catch the ball out of the backfield too.
Yeah, and it's a
What about Joe Mixon?
He's cheaper. He should be higher on that list in my mind.
It's conference game.
He should be above
can agree with you there.
He should be above Eckler. Man, I think Jonathan Taylor, I think is a good pick, but he's just too fucking much money, man. You need them to get 4 times his value.
You need 40 points out of him.
That's just too much.
They're going to sit him after the third quarter.
I don't know if it's going to be that big of a blowout, but
I think Mr.
So what are we rolling with?
I think people are underestimating Houston.
So what are we rolling with?
Their defense. I would say I'd say you go with Dalvin.
Any disagreements with Dalvin?
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna look at something real quick.
I think yeah. When he blows up on Sunday for that 80-yard run in his first carry, I'm gonna text you. Look, motherfuckers.
That was 4.3 points against Green Bay.
He put up 86. It's like 3 receptions, 29 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. But at Green Bay, he sucked, but it was also cold as shit. So there's that.
They're playing in Minnesota.
I think I'm going to agree with you. It's going to be pretty weather, and he's going to go out there and play some ball.
All right.
Omid, sorry.
Boy, you guys are definitely rusty. I tried to give y'all the preseason. 6,700 left. We got a wide receiver and a flex, and we averaged 6,700. So, I mean, if you rub your hands over someone, does that mean you want them to?
No, I'm sorry. That was me thinking. I'm sorry. I completely forgot that y'all were looking.
That's who. Now, Schuster for KC is not a bad option there.
Think so?
I don't think he's too bad for KC. Who's their number one now? It's gotta be him. Hardman? No, really?
Yep.
Did we take anybody from Cincinnati game?
Is the number one.
Nope.
We didn't take anybody.
So what?
T. Higgins.
You think they're going to score that many points in that game?
All right. I'm agreeing with T. Higgins. 2 versus 1.
All right.
That's a 20-pointer.
$7,300 for a flex.
Are we going to need to get – well, I guess Flacco's about as contrarian as you can freaking get. So is Cook. So is Gibson. I mean, we got a very contrarian lineup.
I already took care of that part of it for you. That's what I'm here for. Now you're just supposed to fill in the blanks and let me know.
7,300.
Not fuck it up to all hell.
Probably not. We'll try our best.
Oh, 7,300. I want.
No, scroll down. Yeah, look at your running backs. Go to running backs. Oh, I saw him. Scroll down. I would say either Josh Jacobs or Saquon Barkley, undervalued.
Why?
I said Saquon's undervalued.
I don't know why they're undervalued because
Saquon always needs injured.
Josh Jacobs is going to get a lot of carries.
I would agree with a Josh Jacobs pick or Nick Chubb.
I'm just looking for myself. I wanted to see something real quick.
Oh, he can be there all day long.
No,
he didn't get much.
Not in this game.
They're at Cincinnati. He sucked at Cincinnati.
Remember, they just got a better version of. That's not a bad choice, I don't think. Najee Harris, just because they got a better version of. They got a better quarterback than they had last year. No matter who plays.
I ain't saying Joe Mixon not a bad pickup either.
That's the beginning of the season at
I
Pitt.
could get on board with Mixon. How much
All
is
right.
he? No, you're not buying him.
7,100.
Nope.
We don't
Why
even
not?
need anybody left.
Go with it's either Najee or Josh Jacobs.
You want to say Najee? I wouldn't go with Najee at all. If I got to go
Najee or
between
Josh,
those
then go
two, I got to
Jacobs.
go Josh. If I got to go out of those two, I'm going Josh Jacobs. But
Then Jacobs it is.
Did he play against them last year? I'm just 25. That's a good game. Kind of the same.
Jacobs.
Okay. Roll Jacobs.
all right,
There you
well,
go.
there you go.
Perfect.
Say that lineup, and then we'll
You want to see $1 million? That's what it looks like.
we'll do that.
That will be in the Millionaire Maker on Sunday.
All right, well,
Who's putting that lineup in, Joey?
I will.
there
I'll
you
give
go.
you a couple bucks if we win something.
I think that one goes to the show if anybody wins anything.
The
Yeah, no, it does.
show gets $20 and we all split $1 million bones. I'm down.
Yeah, that would be
Well, we're
horrible.
all splitting it regardless.
That'd be horrible because the show wouldn't get anything, and then we'd still be broke.
Well, the show gets some of it.
Has to. That way the show get more gangster. We can hire somebody
So
else.
it's 25. It's 25%. We all get a quarter of it.
There you go.
Oh,
And
we can build off of that, guys. I think that was good. I think that really analytical. I think
We can talk about that after we're done recording. We do need to talk about it after we're done
say,
recording.
what, this guy is already ready for the next show. Anyway, we'll check y'all out next week. Make sure you go and follow us on our YouTube at Sunday Triple Crown with the word. And if you want to catch us on the Twitter, Sunday 3X Crown. And Jay Whitey, tell them who's going to win next week.
bet with us.
J-O-M-E-D.